Transformers Revenge of the Fallen is a dog shit movie. I just have to get that out of the way. It is just bad. Um, and a lot of the reasons this movie is really bad, to be fair, are not completely on Michael Bay and the crew of this movie. Basically, what had happened with this movie, if you don't know, it's very similar to what's happening right now. By the way, I will just state this very clearly. I do support the Writers Guild of America and their their quest for better pay and compensation for the work. No heart. That is great. And so this movie was also created back in 2007 on a writer's strike, and you feel that in this movie. The writing here is not great. It just, like, a lot of scenes just kind of happen and they're not really good. But then there's a lot of scenes that could tell that this is pretty standard Michael Bay's humor, and it's bad. Like the dogs humping each other. I'm like, this is disgusting. Why would anybody want to watch this? This is in a movie that came out in 2007. You know how long ago 2007 was? Like, it wasn't that long ago that we had two dogs humping each other. I'm like, could you imagine be like the camera guy, be like, all right, zoom in on these dogs having sex. I'm just saying that was just gross and weird. Shia LaBeouf's parents are annoying in this one, and they're just weird, and pot brownies and weird shit. I don't know what they're doing with a lot of that stuff. And then there's also the fact that the other part of this movie that wasn't their fault is Shia LaBeouf broke his arm, and that happened in real life. But what is their fault is how they wrote it. He just kind of transport that has like a thing on his arm that, like, he broke his arm, but I actually watched a scene in this movie where, like, one of the Transformers was holding him down on the ground, and it looked like they were gonna, like, break his arm, and they didn't. Why didn't they just write that scene to where it be like he broke his arm? Would have made more sense than what they were doing in the movie. I don't know. It's just really dumb. A lot of the writing here is really dumb. And yeah, and once again, it's a Transformers movie that has little to do with the Transformers. They're definitely in this one a little bit more, but not much. And, there are good things about this movie, like Michael Bay's direction of the action scenes and stuff like that. He's able to make some really cool, technically well-crafted action scenes, but it's just like, when you don't care about the stories or the characters behind it, it's just not a good movie. And that's where I'm at with this movie. Yeah, I can see why people went to these movies when they came out, but I can also see why people turned on these movies and stopped showing up over time, because they're the same pieces of garbage over and over again, and they don't really offer much. And I'm only at the second one, We still got 3 fucking more of these things, and then we talk about Bumblebee, which I'm still excited to watch these and talk about these, because this is my first time really going in depth with these movies. But still, it's like, come on, guys, who thought this was a good movie? I don't know.